This is another one of my favorite parts. It's called the Terrible Twos.
The bottom line.
The bottom line is what Michael likes to call it because I called it that, but really he wanted to call it the Terrible Twos. Rico, you remember?
So you got
bottom line only.
Right.
Right.
What do you think is a better title for this final segment? The bottom line or the Terrible Twos, Rico?
Probably bottom line.
I kind of like bottom line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew you would.
Very
Yeah.
straight point.
See? So we're going to have to fight Michael because he wants it to be the Terrible Twos still. So
No,
we're going to...
I'll give up. I'll just say bottom line from now on.
We'll revisit this next week probably.
Sounds like somebody's getting their own podcast.
Anyway, so let's just go for the bottom line for now.
Yeah.
Final two
yeah.
questions.
Are you going to do like a little graphic thing where at the end it's like dun 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 dun?
It already happened.
Oh, good. Okay.
So, yeah, we have a pretty good special effects budget. It's pretty sizable. Here's the thing is final two questions. The first question is big time. These are really the big questions. If anybody only has a few minutes to tune in, this is when they tune in.
Yeah, just fast forward to this moment right here.
But also watch it.
Because the rest is just me talking about other stuff other than the first. Like now.
So,
if you want to know about the first episode, start here.
yeah, really. On a scale of 1 to 10, Michael, what would you give the first episode of season 1 of A Different World entitled Reconcilable Differences?
Man.
I know.
Well, I mean, I guess now that I know that it gets better,
just base it on this episode.
Well, I know, but you guys
bottom line, Rosenberg.
Both of you guys talked me up a little bit, though.
Bottom line, man.
So I guess
you're holding a doob. You're like, bottom line, man. Come on.
Bottom line, just get stoned. So yeah, I guess if I'm going up from where I was originally, I would say that this one had the first episode of A Different World, Reconcilable Differences. For me, out of 1 to 10, I'm giving it you guys talked me up, mind you.
It's gonna be a 3.
I'm giving it a 3.
Talked you up from a what?
No, it was always a 3.
Okay.
I was being dramatic.
I liked it. That was a good twist. Rico, the twist was there was no talking up. Scale of 1 to 10, what would you give the first episode of A Different World?
Let me pull Michael back. I heart this show so much for so many different reasons.
First episode only.
I know. But I really do. This show is very near and dear to my heart. I really do love this show. But that said, if I had to dissect it like we did and go over certain talking points, I would say that I would give the show...
Not the show, the first episode.
I'm sorry, the first episode.
Mike is hitting hard today. Woo! He is not letting anybody deviate.
I just want to keep you guys on track. You guys both want to veer off.
I'm the same way. I can't help but be skewed because of what I saw.
Because I always had high anticipation for the first episode based on what I know, where it came from, what it represents, what it was advertised to represent. But what it gave us, I would say, I would give the show on a curve.
Tune in next week to find out what Rico E. Anderson.
No, I would give it I'm going to give it a solid 7.5.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about what I guess for you. Yeah.
Okay. I'm marking that in my notes because that's an important thing to note.
Sure.
So,
all right, Ryan, here we go.
I know.
First episode.
It's tough. I do vacillate a lot on this because of what I saw in the other one. I feel like what I saw in the other one brought up the score because I gave the characters more leeway because I already knew and liked them from the previous episode I'd just seen. So it felt like a 5.5 to me. It's probably lower, but I'll never know because the damage has been done. The influence is already there. So when I saw it, it felt like a 5.5 to me. It wasn't, I didn't think it was bad. It was a little boring, but it was fine. It was happy. It was easy to watch. It moved okay. It didn't drag too much. Like it was just fine. And there was still that nostalgic 80s feel that I enjoyed. So yeah, I was definitely influenced by watching the previous one, but it just felt like a 5.5 to me. That's where I settled.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to put down for Ryan T. Hustle.
Wait, where are you typing and where?
On my keyboard.
Yeah.
But what's this? What, you got it in a Google chart? What
Yeah, we record it. Do you want to know what you actually? All right, let's take a quick break and tell everybody, Rico, what you have given. Even though didn't we just do this like a month or two ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did Golden Girls.
So this is how I know. Well, no, I'm saying say what everybody gave in past reviews.
Right.
So
We can
Rico,
do that. We can do that at the end of the year.
Well, I'll just tell you everybody real quick, just so everybody knows if Rico rates high or low. Rico, for Quantum Leap, you gave it a 5.5.
Okay.
And you said let me guess, you would watch it. Yeah, you would watch it a second time. Where's your second one? Then you said you gave Golden Girls. You were my boy on that one. You were with me on giving it a 10, right? You and I gave it a 10, and Darth and Mike gave it a 9, and you said you would watch it again.
I thought I gave it a 9.5.
No, you gave it a 9.
Darth and I both give it a 9.5.
Right. Did I say 9? No.
Yeah.
You guys both gave it a 9.5. That's right.
Come on, man.
And I thought that Rico, you were on another time with us, but maybe not.
He was.
Oh yeah, he was. Tiger King.
No.
Tiger
They
King.
do Tiger
Oh no,
King
sorry,
was
The
Roz,
Office.
yeah.
The next week.
The Office,
Office,
right.
that's right.
We didn't rate it. That was before we did ratings, but we all said we would watch it again. So okay. So that's Rico's lens. So this is why we record these things. We want to know what everybody thought in the past, because then you could revisit it and be like, it's a little harsh on it, or I was being too nice. So for the purposes of this podcast, we all had to watch A Different World, episode 1, season 1, called Reconcilable Differences in 1987 was when it came out. Now that the podcast is over and we're all free to move about the internet and live our lives happily, Michael Kenyon Rosenberg, would you watch the second?
I would not watch the second episode. I might watch the first episode
of the fourth
season.
I think everybody should.
I would definitely not watch the second based on this first episode.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Rico? Based on this first episode, would you watch the second?
Absolutely, positively, 100%. Hell to the yeah.
It's just a yes is what I'm marking down. You don't
telling
get extra
you.
Points.
We need to do a 2.0. Watch the fourth. Audience, what do you think? Chime in. All right, I've just thrown it out.
Rico's just trying to get on our podcast again.
He's like, why is this the shortest month of the year? We should have another one. Okay.
This episode only 59 minutes, and that's 60.
No, this one is already at 65 minutes, actually. So this is a good chunk of time.
Oh, we broke the hour mark.
So, that's funny. I marked yes for you, Mike. I need to be smarter about this. It was definitely, it was a no, wasn't it?
It was a no, yeah. I would not watch the second episode after watching this travesty of a first episode.
Yeah.
Although I'm kind of interested to see Marissa Tomei's character, but not enough to watch it. So.
Well, I'll tell you. I'm curious about the second episode because it's called Pilot Presentation. So I'm curious. I want to know, why that is, but that's curiosity based on the title. It's not based on the merits of this episode. Based on this first episode, I would not watch the second episode. Based on the fourth season, I would, of course. So I'm glad I saw that fourth season episode because it certainly gave me a much better appreciation for the show and it's much more forgivable. But based on this first episode, which Mike is telling me, yes, based on the first, no, you would not watch. And he's correct. I would not. I would not.
Basically, they fired the white girl, brought in Debbie Allen, and just flipped the whole thing.
Who was the white girl?
What happened?
Who was the white girl? The writer?
Exactly. No.
Like Lisa Levin, is that?
No, Marissa Tomei.
Oh, Marissa Tomei.
Oh, but she wasn't. Okay, I thought you were
She
talking
wasn't
about
fired.
writers.
I mean, you know, they just flipped it.
How long was she in it?
I think 2 seasons.
Okay.
I could be wrong. It might have been 1.
And she never went anywhere in life.
Yeah, no, she pretty much
Fell off the map.
He barely won an Oscar.
you wouldn't recognize her if you bumped into her.
Yeah.
Hey, can I
please.
tell a quick story? I'll make it.
Yeah,
I'll
let me
make it
just
quick.
hit stop recording and then go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Hey. So I've always wanted. I was living in Berkeley at the time when the show came out. I really wanted to be on this
Arms in Berkeley.
Berkeley, and I really wanted to be on the show. So, and I used to work at the Berkeley Marina Marriott, the Marriott Hotel on the Berkeley Marina. And I remember, and we'd have a lot of celebrities come to stay there for, you know, whatever project they were doing. We were like the hotel. Debbie Allen stayed there one day and for like a week. And I was like, this is my opportunity to try to, you know, meet Miss Allen and try to get on the show.
Be the next Dwayne Wayne.
Be the next Dwayne Wayne. And so I wrote this. You guys remember those pieces of paper, the yellow paper? It was like
Post-its.
No. The shut up, Ryan.
The legal pads?
The legal pads. They were like
Right.
longer than your standard like pieces of paper.
Like
I wrote
legal size paper?
Yeah. I wrote 2 pages of a letter to Debbie Allen.
So rude. Giving
telling
her
how
homework.
much I love this show and I really want to be on it, but also how much the show really meant to me and just I respect her work as an artist and I want in. You know me, I want in. If I want in, I'm gonna hit people up and let them know. So I did that. I put it in a manila envelope. I included my resume, my headshot resume, and I walked up to her door
and slid it right under.
I was contemplating either sliding it under the door or just leaving it there. Because I was thinking sliding it under the door may seem way more stalkerish than just leaving it there. Mm-hmm. So I just kind of left it but I left it on the door. So when she opens up the door, it would just like, whoop, fall. So there's no mistake that she would have gotten it. I walked by maybe 3 hours later into my shift. She either got it or somebody stole it. But she never said anything. She never said it. I think she checked out when I wasn't working. And
deliberately
planned it that way. And so I never got a chance to work on A Different World. But 200 years later, I ended up working with her and being directed by her on an episode of Grey's Anatomy.
Cool.
Where I had an opportunity to tell her about it.
Okay, this is the moment we've been waiting for.
And
a point.
She told me that she thought that was very sweet. It was very innovative. She's glad I didn't slide it under the door. And basically she ended it with, and here you are.
I was going to say, I bet she was happy that she's like, look, you made it, dude.
Yeah. But she's the greatest. She's the sweetest. And I'm glad that I did that. I'm also glad that I had the opportunity to tell her what this show meant to me. And, just the fact that I really wanted to work with her, in which case I ended up doing so.
Well, she produced 122 episodes, and there were 144 episodes in total. So maybe third seasons when she came on.
Yeah, she's the reason why that show became successful. She really is.
Cool.
So there you go.
And I bet you, can you imagine like if you never did that manila envelope thing. You would always be thinking, what if? Now you know what if. Okay, nothing happened, but at least you're not wondering, like, did I just blow an opportunity of a lifetime or something like that? So it's good to always do it. And just, like they say, it's better to try and fail than to fail to try.
As we're forgetting.
She directed 83 episodes. Bulk of the series, dude.
She's a beast, man, and she
that's
basically
mean.
has the keys to Grey's Anatomy. She directs half, if not all of them.
Is that show still on?
Yeah.
Wow, that sucks for us.
15th season or something.
Anyway.
All right, I guess somebody's going to have to say eventually WTF Grey's Anatomy.
Right, good point. WTF Grey's Anatomy.
Somebody. Wait, do you only do it if somebody mentions it, or if you don't hear anything, you just go, hey. What?
Now, who mentioned this show, Ryan? Who
this
mentioned
one?
different
I mean,
world?
that must have been me, yeah.
But
yeah,
if nobody else mentions it and we don't mention it, then we don't do the show. So.
Right. Sometimes Mike mentions, hey, there's a new show that we need to review. So sometimes it's that too. But yeah, when people give us suggestions, that always goes at the top of our list. And we hear you, we see you. And as you guys saw, I make a note of everything. So we are aware of all of the things, and we know,
There's only so much time. There's only 52 weeks in a year. So that's only 52 shows, and there's new shows coming out all the time that we have to jump on them. So sorry about that.
Yeah,
everybody.
and speaking of 52, next week is our 50th show extravaganza.
Whoa.
50th show extravaganza, and I predict that we will review The Dark Crystal for our 50th. I know, for our 50th. That's it.
The movie?
Yep.
The audiobook.
So I guess that's about it. Yeah, please.
Can I be the first to say?
Please.
I'm about to give you guys some love. I want to be the first to say congratulations on your 50th show.
Thank you. Well, congratulate us on our 52nd show, because that'll be 1 year.
Full year. But yeah, thanks, Rico. We appreciate that. We appreciate the love and support you've given us throughout this entire year. And I predict also that we'll probably forget to mention it, our 50th, while we record the 50th. So we'll just leave it at that.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Anyway, so everybody at home, if you'd like us to review a show, just say WTF and that show. I always say the same ones over and over. How about WTF Three's Company?
Ooh.
WTF MASH? WTF... No, I already said MASH.
WTF.
After MASH.
That girl.
Yeah, WTF other shows that Remington
Crowd,
Steele,
Hunter,
MacGyver, whatever. Manimal.
What's happening?
Yeah, what's happening now? You guys remember Manimal?
No. I do. For like what?
Half a season, I think.
Yeah. WTF, The Man from Atlantis with Patrick Duffy.
Yeah. All of those shows.
You had me at Patrick. You lost me at Duffy.
Well, WTF, The Incredible Hulk. Wonder Woman. Superman.
Great.
Those are all possibilities.
Those are all shows. Anyway, let's get out of here. So please do that. Like, subscribe, and click on the buttons that go to Rico's stuff. And everybody be nice to each other. Have fun. Watch A Different World. First episode of the first season and the first episode of the fourth season. And then come back and comment and be like, you missed out, Michael. You should have watched the fourth season. It's pretty good.
I said I might. I said I would not watch the second episode of the first season, though.
Right. So. Me neither. Anyway, best of luck to everybody. We'll catch you next time. This podcast was a lot of fun with some really cool dudes.
This podcast was a review of almost everything except the first episode of A Different World.
Because I'm here. This podcast got me in the feels because it brought back some really cool memories of a really cool show, and I got to hang out with some really cool dudes talking about it.
Where?
It's us.
Oh.
RTF. H.
Then I hung up.
Tiger.
That's a Rob
Tiger,
Van Dam
kangaroo, and
reference.
elephant.
And everybody remember what Michael Kenyon Rosenberg likes to say.
Don't forget to watch the 4th season, episode 1 of Things before you watch the first of Things, apparently.
Spit out.
Wow, what a catchphrase.